Welcome to this week's security brief for week 27. Make sure to share and that you are subscribed. It's free. In our first story, researchers from Qualys identified a remote code execution bug named CVE 2024-6387 in May 2024. This flaw allows unauthenticated attackers to gain root privileges on glibs-based Linux systems through a signal handler race condition in SSHD. The vulnerability affects OpenSSH versions from 8, 5P1 up to, but not including 9, 8P1. Older versions patched for CVE 2006-5051 and CVE 2008-4109 are not vulnerable. OpenBSD systems are also not impacted thanks to a secure mechanism introduced in 2001. The exploitability on macOS and Windows remains unconfirmed. This vulnerability potentially endangers over 700,000 OpenSSH servers globally, based on data from Shodan and Census. The exploitation could lead to full system takeover, malware installation, data manipulation, and persistent backdoor access. The flaw was discovered in May 2024, and an advisory was issued on July 1, 2024. The recommended action is to update to OpenSSH version 9, 8P1 immediately. The regreSSHion vulnerability is challenging to exploit, requiring multiple attempts for successful memory corruption. However, the use of AI tools could increase the success rate of attacks, making it a critical issue for all affected systems. Moving on, Cisco has issued a warning about a zero-day vulnerability in its NXOS software, exploited by attackers to deploy custom malware on vulnerable switches. The vulnerability, identified as CVE 2024-20399, was discovered by the cybersecurity firm Signia during a forensic investigation. They linked the exploitation to a Chinese state-sponsored threat actor known as Velvet Ant. These hackers gained administrator-level credentials to access Cisco Nexus switches, deploying custom malware that allows remote connection, file upload, and execution of malicious code. This zero-day affects several models of Cisco switches running vulnerable NXOS software, including the MDS 9000 series, Nexus 3000, 5500, 5600, 6000, 7000, and 9000 series switches. The vulnerability allows local attackers with administrative privileges to execute arbitrary commands with root permissions on the underlying operating systems. This incident impacts organizations worldwide that use the affected Cisco Nexus switches. The attackers can execute commands without triggering system syslog messages, making it difficult to detect signs of compromise. Cisco was alerted to the vulnerability in April 2024 after Signia's investigation. An official advisory and patch were issued on July 1, 2024. The cybersecurity community had been observing related activities since at least November 2023. The significance of this breach lies in its potential for widespread exploitation and the stealthy nature of the attacks. The ability of the custom malware to avoid detection and the administrative access it provides to attackers pose a severe risk to affected systems. Moving to a story down under, an Australian man has been charged for conducting an Evil Twin WiFi attack on multiple domestic flights and airports, compromising the security of passengers' personal information. The accused allegedly created fake Wi-Fi networks, mimicking legitimate in-flight and airport Wi-Fi services. These malicious networks tricked users into connecting and inputting their login credentials, which were then harvested for malicious purposes. The suspect, whose identity has not been disclosed, was apprehended by Australia's Federal Police, AFP. The investigation began in April 2024, following reports from airline employees who noticed suspicious network activities. The incidents took place on domestic flights and at airports in Perth, Melbourne, and Adelaide. The perpetrator's activities were linked to these locations through forensic analysis of his seized devices. The Evil Twin attack is a significant threat because it exploits the trust passengers have in legitimate Wi-Fi networks, stealing sensitive information like email and social media credentials. This data can be used for further criminal activities, including identity theft, extortion, and unauthorized access to personal accounts. An Evil Twin Wi-Fi network is a fake wireless access point that mimics a legitimate one. In this case, passengers attempting to connect to what they believed was the airline's Wi-Fi were instead connecting to the attacker's network. Once connected, users were directed to a fake login page where their credentials were captured. Moving back to the States, Prudential Financial, a global leader in financial services, has revealed that over 2.5 million individuals had their personal information compromised in a data breach earlier this year. The breach occurred on February 4, 2024, when a suspected cybercrime group infiltrated Prudential's systems, gaining access to sensitive administrative and user data, as well as employee and contractor accounts. The breach has impacted 2,556,210 people, including over 36,000 individuals initially notified in March 2024. The stolen information comprises names, driver's license numbers, and non-driver identification card numbers. Prudential detected the breach on February 5, 2024, just 1 day after the attackers accessed their network. The company disclosed the incident to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and the Maine Attorney General's office in subsequent months. This breach is significant due to the scale and sensitivity of the compromised data. The information stolen can lead to identity theft, financial fraud, and unauthorized access to personal accounts, posing a severe risk to those affected. Prudential has collaborated with leading cybersecurity experts to ensure the unauthorized third party no longer has access to its systems. The company continues to investigate and bolster its security measures to prevent future incident. This breach follows a previous incident in May 2023, where the Clop cybercrime gang exposed the personal information of 320,000 Prudential customers via a third-party vendor. This underscores the ongoing challenges financial institutions face in safeguarding sensitive data. Moving on to the fifth story, Google has announced a significant enhancement to its vulnerability reward program. The tech giant is now offering up to $250,000 for the discovery of zero-day vulnerabilities in the kernel-based virtual machine, or KVM. This initiative is spearheaded by Google, in collaboration with security researchers worldwide. Participants are tasked with finding and reporting zero-day vulnerabilities that could compromise the KVM. The KVM hypervisor is widely used, powering systems in the Android ecosystem and Google Cloud Platform, making this program crucial for ensuring the security of a vast number of devices and services globally. The KVM CTF program was first announced in October 2023 and officially launched in July 2024. Researchers can now actively participate and submit their findings. Offering substantial rewards for zero-day exploits underscores the critical importance of securing virtual machine environments. The program's highest reward tier, $250,000, is for full VM escape exploits, highlighting the severity and potential impact of such vulnerabilities. The reward structure is tiered with $250,000 for full VM escapes, $100,000 for arbitrary memory writes, $50,000 for arbitrary memory reads, $50,000 for relative memory writes, $20,000 for denial of service, and $10,000 for relative memory reads. The KVM CTF program provides a controlled lab environment where researchers can test their exploits and capture flags to prove their success. Marios Pomonis, a Google software engineer, explained that participants will have specific time slots to access the guest VM and attempt guest-to-host attacks. Successful exploits must target zero-day vulnerabilities, ensuring that the information benefits the open-source community after upstream patches are released. Next news story. Europol has successfully dismantled 593 servers used by cybercriminals operating with the notorious Cobalt Strike software. In a coordinated effort known as Operation Morpheus, Europol led a global takedown of almost 600 Cobalt Strike servers. These servers were instrumental for cybercriminals to infiltrate and control victims' networks, deploying ransomware and stealing sensitive data. The operation involved law enforcement agencies from several countries, including Australia, Canada, Germany, the Netherlands, Poland, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Key private industry partners like BAE Systems, Digital Intelligence, Trellix, Spamhaus, Abuse.ch, and the Shadow Server Foundation also contributed. The servers targeted were spread across 27 countries. The dismantling operation was coordinated from Europol's headquarters, which served as the central command post during the week-long action from June 24 to June 28, 2024. The operation took place in late June 2024, marking the culmination of a 3-year investigation that began in 2021. Europol and its partners identified and neutralized 690 IP addresses linked to criminal activity, successfully taking down 593 of them by the end of the operation. CobaltStrike, initially designed for legitimate penetration testing, has been widely misused by cybercriminals, including state-backed hacking groups from Russia, China, Vietnam, and Iran. The tool's capabilities for persistent remote access and data theft make it a favorite among attackers, contributing to numerous ransomware attacks and cyberespionage campaigns. This operation significantly disrupts the infrastructure that cybercriminals rely on to conduct their activities. Europol shared over 730 pieces of threat intelligence, containing nearly 1.2 million indicators of compromise, throughout the investigation. The takedown is a critical step in disrupting cybercriminal operations and preventing future attacks. Moving on, Twilio has confirmed that hackers have exploited an unsecured API to verify millions of phone numbers associated with Authy multi-factor authentication (MFA) users, potentially putting them at risk of further cyber attacks. Hackers, identified as the Shiny Hunters group, abused an unauthenticated API endpoint provided by Twilio, allowing them to verify the phone numbers of Authy users. Authy is a popular mobile app that generates MFA codes for enhanced security. The primary actors in this incident are the Shiny Hunters, a known threat group that leaked a CSV file containing over 33 million phone numbers purportedly linked to Authy users. Twilio, the parent company of Authy, confirmed the abuse of their API endpoint. The API abuse and data verification took place online, leveraging Twilio's systems. The data breach potentially impacts users globally, given Authy's widespread use. The data breach came to light in late June 2024, with Twilio confirming the exploit and subsequent data leak on July 3, 2024. The actual breach likely occurred over a period leading up to this date. The significance of this breach lies in the exposure of sensitive phone numbers, which can be exploited for targeted SMS phishing, smishing, and SIM swapping attacks. These methods can lead to unauthorized access to personal accounts and financial information, posing a severe risk to affected individuals. The attackers compiled the list of phone numbers by feeding a large dataset into the unsecured API. If a number were valid, the API would return the associated account information. Twilio has since secured the endpoint to prevent further abuse. In their breach notification, Twilio emphasized that there is no evidence of access to their internal systems or other sensitive data. They have urged all Authy users to update their apps to the latest versions for enhanced security and to remain vigilant against phishing attempts. To our next story, a significant update regarding a recent data breach. HealthEquity, a leading healthcare fintech company, has disclosed that a data breach exposed sensitive protected health information, PHI, of its customers. HealthEquity detected anomalous behavior from a partner's personal device, which led to an investigation revealing that hackers had compromised the partner's account. Using this account, the attackers gained unauthorized access to HealthEquity's systems and exfiltrated sensitive health data. The breach involved HealthEquity and a compromised partner account. HealthEquity manages millions of health savings accounts, HSAs, flexible spending accounts, FSAs, health reimbursement arrangements, HRAs, and other consumer-directed benefit solutions for numerous employers and health plans across the United States. The incident affected HealthEquity's operations, which are headquartered in Draper, Utah, and impacted customers across the United States. The breach was discovered in early July 2024, following the detection of unusual activity from the partner's device. The breach exposed personally identifiable information, PII, and protected health information, PHI, of HealthEquity's customers. Such data is highly sensitive, and its exposure can lead to identity theft, financial fraud, and other malicious activities. The investigation concluded that the compromised partner account was used to access and exfiltrate data. HealthEquity has not disclosed the exact number of affected individuals, but has started notifying impacted customers. The company is offering complimentary credit monitoring and identity restoration services to those affected. HealthEquity's internal investigation found no evidence of malware on its systems, and all business operations continue without interruption. Continue to the next story. A recent data breach has exposed thousands of Ethereum users to potential financial losses. Let's dive into the details of this significant incident. On June 23, 2024, a threat actor compromised Ethereum's mailing list provider, sending phishing emails to over 35,000 addresses. The emails lured recipients to a fake website that mimicked an Ethereum promotion, aiming to drain users' cryptocurrency wallets. The primary victims are the 35,794 individuals who received the malicious email. Ethereum's internal security team is also involved, working diligently to mitigate the breach and protect affected users. The phishing emails were sent globally, targeting Ethereum users and investors worldwide. The attack leveraged Ethereum's mailing list to maximize its reach. The attack took place on the night of June 23, 2024. Ethereum disclosed the breach in early July and has been taking steps to address the situation since. This breach is significant due to its scale and the sophisticated nature of the phishing attack. The fake website was designed to look authentic, and users who connected their wallets risked having their funds stolen by a crypto drainer. Fortunately, Ethereum's prompt action and the subsequent blocking of the malicious site prevented further damage. The phishing email appeared to come from updates@blog.ethereum.org and advertised a fake collaboration with Lido DAO, promising a 6.8% annual percentage yield on staked Ethereum. Clicking the Begin Staking button redirected users to a well-crafted, malicious website. If users connected their wallets and signed the transaction, their cryptocurrency would be drained and transferred to the attacker's address. Ethereum's security team quickly launched an investigation, blocked the attacker from sending more emails, and notified the community via Twitter. They submitted the malicious link to block lists, leading to its blocking by most Web3 wallet providers and Cloudflare. Fortunately, on-chain analysis showed no successful thefts during the campaign. Ethereum is now migrating some email services to other providers to prevent future incidents. Moving to the last story, hackers have leaked alleged Ticketmaster data, claiming to expose ticket barcodes for Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, intensifying their extortion attempts against Ticketmaster. The threat actor group, known as Shiny Hunters and CP1D3R Hunters, has leaked what they claim are barcode details for 166,000 Taylor Swift Eras Tour tickets. This follows their demand for $2 million to prevent further leaks. The hackers, Shiny Hunters and SP1D3R Hunters, targeted Ticketmaster, a leading ticket sales and distribution company. Ticketmaster confirmed the data breach and is now working to mitigate the situation. The attack affects Ticketmaster's global operations, specifically targeting the company's database stored on Snowflake, a cloud-based data warehousing service. The breach was first noted in May 2024, with the extortion demands and subsequent data leaks occurring in June and early July 2024. This incident is significant due to the scale of the breach and the potential impact on millions of customers. The stolen data includes ticket barcodes, seat information, and hashed credit card details, which can lead to significant financial losses and privacy violations for the affected individuals. Shiny Hunters began by selling data on 560 million Ticketmaster customers for $500,000. They later escalated their demands, leaking ticket data for high-profile events like Taylor Swift's concerts. The stolen data allows potential fraud and unauthorized access to events, although Ticketmaster's SafeTix technology refreshes barcodes frequently to mitigate misuse. Ticketmaster has confirmed that the stolen barcodes cannot be used due to their SafeTix technology. They have denied engaging in ransom negotiations with the hackers and continue to work with cybersecurity experts to secure their systems. That's it for this week's Security Brief. Make sure to share and subscribe. See you soon.